Uriel's Chasm sucks. Okay, so you are presented with two options when you start the game. One is to play Uriel's Chasm, and one is a DirectX installer. And that's nice, most developers don't even give you that option. Oh yeah man, you gotta install the Bing bar. No internet browser is complete without that. The game starts off with a quote-unquote cutscene of some two girls called the Shovelware Queens.
Hi, it's us again, Shovelware Queens. So, we found this old game. We vaguely remember buying it in the 90s. It sucked. I'm not even sure how we got it. But I remember a joke we made about it coming down from space on an asteroid. Okay.
So, did you notice how she said that this game sucks? Well, it's true, but you're going to be hearing that again, and even the Steam store page says that this game should have been buried in a desert. And I'll go into why that bothers me later. There is no options menu in this game, but to be honest, you don't really need one. So the only thing you can do is press Z or Zeta, however you want to pronounce that letter, and that just throws you into the game. And then you are forced to witness the fever dream that is the story in this game.
I'm falling into the garden of paradise. I feel the very essence of my dreams being harvested from my body. Then I am comforted by the voice of my Lord. Verily, verily I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. My name is Sister Tabitha, and I have been sleeping for 8 years. I have been sent to the outer fringes of the galaxy on a rescue mission. I'm here to investigate the disappearance of the great orbital monastery, Enoch's Hole. Today, I woke up to a kiss of teeth.
She was sleeping for 8 years, huh? I would like to sleep 8 years after seeing that. Well, anyway, now we are in the game, and in the top left corner you can see a prehistoric drawing of an anime girl, and that is her speaking. The goal of the game is to have more faith than the garden, and you get faith by finding and collecting some Bibles, which you find in asteroids. Notice how I died there? Well, what actually killed me was that brown and green floaty blob thing in the background. And that is apparently the garden. And the garden is the main villain, I guess. And it took me about 10 minutes to realize that flying over the garden was hurting me. And it probably took me that long because I'm a retard. But this game is the first game ever where a fucking character in the background can kill me. The music in the background? Well, I think you can judge that for yourself, but it doesn't bother me that much, because it isn't the worst thing I've ever heard. But maybe it will start to give you a headache after listening to it for 10 to 20 minutes. And why 10 to 20 minutes? Well, because I think that's how long this segment of the game should take you, depending on how hard you suck at the game. Okay, so if you were watching the screen, then you should have seen that I died again. And what killed me now was that I ran out of fuel. So in this segment there are two things that can kill you. One is if you lose all of your faith, which just functions like a health bar or a health counter in any other game. And 2 is the loss of all fuel, and you lose fuel by moving. You do not, however, die if you lose all of your ammo, which is called DMT, and I know that it doesn't kill me because I did some top tier research. By the way, you get ammo and fuel pickups from asteroids, just like the Bibles. You might have noticed that in the bottom there's a bunch of text. Well, first, this text is your quote-unquote tutorial. It does not tell you the controls. All it tells you is to just go collect some Bibles, ammo and fuel from asteroids. And why would Bibles be in asteroids, you ask? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but I'm starting to get the feeling that the developer of this game has a slight problem with insanity. So once you collect Bibles from asteroids, the text in the bottom changes into what I assume are Bible verses. Now if I had ever read the Bible, then I would probably know if those were actual verses. And I could compliment the developer on the attention to detail or call him out on not having the actual Bible verses. But anyway, once you have more faith than the garden, another glorious cutscene is delivered to you.
I can see a way through into the garden. I'll have to hitch a ride on this canister along the spine of the chasm.
Oh, it's pronounced Chasm. Then I need to do the intro again. Hello, my name is Brian and this is Uriel's Chasm. Sucks.
Our Lord Jesus Christ, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to himself, to the praise of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood.
So after losing what little sanity I had left to that cutscene, you hear an audio aneurysm and the game turns into a side-scroller with a much more tolerable soundtrack. And it's the more fun part of the game, but it has more problems. For example, the ridiculous hitbox on your character, which I have determined to look something like this. The way I illustrated it might not be 100% spot on, but it's pretty fucking close. There's also no invincibility after getting hit, which is the norm in side-scrollers if I remember my side-scrollers right. But what pisses me off the most, you know, it just irks the fuck out of me, is that the fucking brown goop in the bottom does damage to you when you touch it. If you wanted me to have less maneuverability, you could have just made the screen smaller, you cunt. Even an invisible wall would have been better. Anyway, the basic gameplay of this side-scroller is to hold in Z or the Zeta key, and that is your button you press to shoot your bullets. You also have 7 lives, which means you can get hit by an enemy bullet 7 times. So basically, one normal enemy can kill you with their bullet burst. And there are also no checkpoints, so when you die you have to start from the beginning. And oh boy, did that piss me off. Especially when I got to the boss and realized the boss was bullet helly as fuck. Okay. So we can get through this shit faster, I'm going to show you my run that finally beat this segment. And I'm of course gonna speed that shit up, because I'm not gonna share the full extent of my suffering with you.
dig me ears through this flesh so numb.
Oh shit, I didn't know Critical provided voiceover for this game.
Stars above. I'm on my knees in corrupted blood. Nephilim rise out of the mud and sing their fallen song. But Jesus bottles my tears. Beyond me is the garden you have dreamed. You will find your friends there, hanging in trees.
Oh god, not this again.
I think she's crying, hang on.
Yep, okay. You can hear everything that's happening in that house.
Okay, I don't know who made this game, but they upset my friend. I went to church and my God was good. It doesn't make sense that you want everyone to die. This life is too precious. Like, he's really upset, guys.
What's wrong with Leah, Con?
That game.
Huh? Well, that?
Yeah.
Why, what's wrong?
Just...
Looks rubbish, doesn't it?
It is.
Where's the option screen on it? There's no options on it. Oh.
What if you look into that bit? That bit there.
Looks rubbish to me.
Yes, that was in fact the ending of the game. The ending of the game is them saying that the game sucks. Yep, okay. Let's just move on. In conclusion, the fact of the matter is that the first segment of the game is just incredibly boring. And the second segment is the most frustrating shit I have faced to this day. The story is complete bullshit, and I know that some retard art major is gonna say, Brian, you just don't understand. It's art, dude. It's art. Well, fuck you, asshole. If someone drew a blue and green vagina, you would say that that should replace the Mona Lisa. But the thing that bothers me most is those fucking live action scenes, where the people come and say that the game sucks. So okay, two things. One is that when live action scenes are used in games, it's generally not good. An exception being Need for Speed Carbon, that was okay. And two is that you should take more pride in your game, because making games is hard, and this probably took you a lot of work. Yes, the game sucks, but at the end of the day you got a very valuable thing out of it, which is experience, which you will use to make better games. And your game at least works, and some AAA developers can't even say that on day one. And I didn't crash the desktop at all, so you have that going for you, which is great. Just please stop shitting on your own work. Take more pride in your accomplishment. It may be a shitty accomplishment, but it's an accomplishment nonetheless. So what's the final verdict? Well, if this game doesn't put the fear of God in you, then I don't know what will.